We're talking 30,000 miles collectively. That's a lot of human energy that's sitting right here on these steps. So can we give it up for those 30,000 miles collectively?
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Such a pleasure to have you all joining us for our Ride for a Reason 2021 kickoff party. Thank you, Daryl, for that lovely video to get us started. My name is Shelly. I work at Roosevelt Middle School, and I saw a lot of people in the chat. First timers, welcome. Longtime veterans, welcome. Thanks for being here tonight. Where it looks like we're 41 people strong so far and growing. So I know it's been a long day, a long week, potentially a lot of time on Zoom. So just really appreciate you all giving us your time this evening to hear about our event this year. And it's my pleasure to start us off with a quick energizer. I don't know if you're like me, but I have sat in front of the computer way too long today. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do something that we do at Roosevelt on occasion to get energized and have some fun with our students. And it's going to be a scavenger hunt. So you're going to need to get up and move and find something in your house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here and we're going to spin this wheel. And then I want to see what y'all come up with. I actually find this harder than it seems. So let's see what you guys can do. So I'm going to spin the wheel and then your job is to find something in your house that starts with that letter. All right, here we go. What letter will it land on? Ooh, okay. A vowel. A vowel, the letter O. You have 30 seconds. What can you find that starts with the letter O? Let's see, what do we got? Who can find something? I'm looking around, I gotta stand up.
It's gotta come out.
All right. Let's see, ooh, all right, JT, an orchid. That is a good one. I cannot see what you have there, Cliff, but that looks interesting. Is it an onion? Yes, an onion. I see an orange. Several oranges. Yes, Eric, Lisa, or no, that's or an onion and oranges. Lots of. I have a letter opener, an opener. Mike, I don't know what you have there, but that's probably something we should all have.
Olive oil.
Olive oil. Oh, okay. Rolled oats. Nice. I see a lot of. Is that an octopus, Rupa? Aha. Very good. Looks like Sohan and Ashan helped you out with that one. Cool. I see a lot of oranges, a lot of fruit. Who else? Anything else in there? Anyone else want to call out? Oh, olives. Yes, several people. Ooh, Oaklandish mask.
Oh, nice.
I'm assuming Pat.
I have an
good.
oval.
Ooh, an oval? Not creative response. I see an owl there too.
Oh.
There's my owl.
Nice. All right, well, hopefully you got to move around, maybe got some of those jitters out, got to move around and have some fun. I'm going to pass it off to Mike, who's going to get us started with the show, but thanks for playing my game, and I'll be back for a raffle at the end, so thanks.
Wow, that was very hard. I was feeling the pressure there. I got an assist actually to get the olive oil. Thank you, Diane. My name is Mike Napolitano. I, together with Mike Magis, are co-founders of the event. It's my pleasure to be here tonight to help host this kickoff party. Tonight, we're going to talk about what's different this year and why. Also, why Ride for a Reason is more important than ever before. We're going to talk about some tools, resources, and incentives to help you train and raise funds. We're going to mix it up and make it fun by having some trivia questions, some testimonials, and a raffle for many wonderful gifts, including the grand prize, which is a $100 gift certificate from Sports Basement. While we're presenting tonight at any time, please use the chat function. If you have any questions about Ride for a Reason 2021 that you'd like us to answer, we'll answer those questions at the end. We'll be monitoring it. And if you stick around until the end, you're going to get a chance to hear from a very special guest who is endorsing Ride for a Reason. So I just want to put that out there now. If all goes as planned, we hope to have you out of here in an hour or less. But before diving in to talk about Ride for a Reason 2021, the first thing I need to do is to make sure to acknowledge our wonderful steering committee. The event takes a tremendous amount of work and we have a great team. I'm going to just try to shout out everyone here. And if you are present, please say hello to the group. First of all, Andrew Stern, Chad Stone, Cliff Rexhoffen, Daniel Barsky, Daryl Davis, Elizabeth Acosta Crocker, Joshua Polston, JT Mates Munchen, Mike Magis, myself, Moses Omalode, Nina Portugal, Pat Walsh, Paul Vetter, Peter Lamada, Sam Davis, Shelley Gordon, and our wonderful event organizer, Jessica De Jesus. Thank you all. You guys really rock, as well as everyone who's participated in the past. You are Ride for a Reason. That's how we do this. We appreciate you very, very much. So now let's start out by having a little bit of fun with some trivia questions, and Nina Portugal is going to help us with that. Go ahead.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. I'm so excited for tonight. So we have some trivia questions, some about the ride, some about Oakland. So we'll see the knowledge in the room, but I can tell you're all very wise. So our first question is, how many riders completed the ride to Sacramento every year between 2010 and 2019? They have not missed a ride.
Okay, don't answer, don't press the button yet. I'm going to give you a little bit of food for thought and a clue. The 2010 ride was only a 100-mile course, and 30 riders completed that course. So we started out with 30 in 2010. How many of those folks did it every year between? Okay.
Oh, interesting. People are thinking 10, 7. I feel like I'm playing Quizlet Live. Students out there, you know what I'm talking about. It's dynamically changing right now.
172. Come on, Connie. Okay.
A few more votes.
Anyone else? We got a couple more people. Just guess wildly. You'll probably be right. In fact, once we close this poll, I do have to admit that I can't say with 100% certainty what the real number is. To the best of my knowledge, it is 4. 4 is the correct one. People were in that range. It looks like we had a good bell distribution around that guess. The other thing that I wanted to say is that since 2012, the Ride for a Reason, the full course from Oakland to Sacramento, which is a 109-mile course, just a little bit of trivia, actually over most of its path follows the historic Lincoln Highway, which is the first coast-to-coast highway in America. So there are a lot of signs you'll see along the way. But anyway, just a little bit of extra trivia there. So yeah.
And Mike, are any of those 4 on the call tonight?
I believe that they are all here, in fact.
Cool. You should put an emoji on if you're one of those 4. Awesome. Yeah. Let's take a look at our next question. Okay. So this question's about Oakland, some Oakland history. So Oakland became a city in 1854. What business is housed in the oldest building in Oakland? Is it Ratto's Delicatessen, Heinhold's First and Last Chance Saloon, Solely Vegan, or Blue Bottle Cafe? Now, Mike has a clue.
Wait. We're going to try to show you some pictures of these buildings. I don't know if we're going to be successful in pulling that up, but
I'm pulling it up right now.
because you know, just pause here. I know that you're excited. It's great to see the excitement, but this might help you in making your guess. You know, some of you may know where these businesses are. You know, Ratto's is in old Oakland. Heinhold's Saloon is down in Jack London Square. And Blue Bottle is also in Old Oakland. Solely Vegan is on 3rd and Broadway. If we can see the pictures, it could help, but you know, you can probably go ahead. I don't think we have to.
Oh, I'm having trouble getting it up. Sorry.
That's all right. We'll go ahead. Yeah, go for it, everybody.
Yeah. And Sam Davis, good, put in the chat with Peralta Hacienda, but the building is actually a rebuild of the original house. So the land is the Peralta land, but the building itself was rebuilt.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really interesting one and obscure, but we'll see. Looks like almost everybody has voted. Maybe we can close it now.
All right.
All right. So most people guessed Heinholz, which I think is an excellent guess. In fact, I would have probably guessed that one, or perhaps one of the buildings in Old Oakland. In fact, the oldest building in Oakland is the one that Solely Vegan is housed in. It's on 3rd and Broadway. When you look at the front of it, it's been remodeled many times. It does not look like a very old building, but it was built in 1857, and it's been standing the whole time. And it is, in fact, the oldest building in Oakland at this point. The other thing which I think is interesting is when Oakland incorporated in 1854, it snatched up what was the nearby or neighboring city at the time, which was Brooklyn, California. And I think we still have some of that Brooklyn spirit here in Oakland today. So that's
Awesome.
that's
Well,
our
I'll be back in a little bit with some more questions. So you 7 folks who picked Solely Vegan, props to you. I saw Cliff cheer. So nice job knowing Oakland.
okay.
I'll be back.
Thank you. Thank you, Nina. We're gonna go right to it now, and we're gonna talk about what's different this year and why. Jessica's gonna help me by pulling up our new logo. I think it really captures everything that is different about the event this year.
My computer is totally frozen, so I can't pull Nina off and I can't share that slide.
When you see the logo, you'll get this later, but we have this beautiful new logo that has a wheel in the back of it, and it says run, walk, or ride for a reason. And within the wheel and the spokes, it says virtual, and then it says save the dates, and the dates being April 1st through April 24th. Okay, I'm going to go through each of those points. Virtual, I think, is pretty obvious. Unfortunately, we're all dealing with the realities of living in a pandemic, and it's simply just not safe to be able to plan to come together in Sacramento this spring. We can't do that, but we can still rise to the challenge. And in this case, the 2021 event will be a self-defined, do-it-yourself physical challenge. It can be a challenge where it's cumulative over that April 1st through 24th period, where you challenge yourself to complete a given distance in that time, or it can be working towards a peak experience that you complete on a single day, or it can be both. To make the event as inclusive as possible and to get as many participants as we can towards this effort, we've also opened it up to runners and walkers this year. So you know, those are really the big changes from past years. You know, and the other thing we want to talk about is to really make sure that we can get as many people as possible here. We need to get a lot of people working together. to reach our goals, which this year are to raise $180,000 for 12 wonderful schools, 11 in Oakland and 1 in Alameda, and to cumulatively log 50,000 miles, either riding, running, or walking. Those are our goals. Fundraising can start at any time once you register, and registration is now open. To register, go to R4Rschools.com. Registration right now, regular registration is $20. That deal ends on December 18th when it goes up to $30. If you are a student or teacher, you can register for free. When you're doing the registration and you're walking through, there's a place where it asks for a coupon. And there, if you type all in caps, either super teacher or super student, you'll qualify for a free registration. So those are some things to remember. When you get registered and when you sign up, one of the things that happens is you start to populate your own personal fundraising or physical challenge page. As in past years, you'll have a page on the website where you can tell your Ride for a Reason story. You can share with others and talk about the challenge that you're committing to and why you're participating in Ride for a Reason. You can put pictures there. We've also got some great functions that will allow you and others to track your progress, both in terms of fundraising and also working towards your physical challenge. It's pretty straightforward and easy to do. Definitely, if you haven't already registered, I strongly encourage you to do it. Do it now and get started when you can. So with that, I want to talk about why Ride for a Reason is more important than ever. I mean, part of it is obvious. We're all living through a pandemic right now, and the impacts of the pandemic have been felt particularly hard at many of the schools that we support. Employment in Oakland is down 15% since March. At many of the schools we support, a significant number of families are undocumented and they don't qualify for any type of government benefits. Before the pandemic hit, the students at the schools we were serving, many of them were coming from severe hardship. At all the schools we support, half or more of the students, this is before the pandemic, qualified for free or reduced lunch. At 5 of the schools, it was 90% or more. Those numbers have only increased. And it's just absolutely essential that we step up. I also think it's a real tonic in these times to be able to do something to help to build community and to show our support. I think it's a real privilege, and I look forward to being a part of this event. And I think working together, I know we can do this. So I'm so glad that you're here tonight. Thank you so much. So now we're going to switch it up a little bit, and we're going to get a chance to hear our first testimonial of the night from a Ride for a Reason participant who is a teacher at Life Academy, her name is Martin, and she is a high school math and computer science teacher. Take it away, Miss Martin.
Hi, my name is Elena Martin, or Miss Martin. I work at Life Academy, and I did Ride for a Reason like 2 years ago, and it was really helpful to know that I would be riding with students because I was kind of nervous, and I could tell some of them were as well. And there was an ask if there was a teacher who was willing to go a little slowly, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do that. Like I was like, oh no, I don't have the pressure of like keeping up to the pace or whatever it was. And it was really nice. I had strapped a speaker on the back of my bike, and we listened to some music, and kids could hear some of their songs. They listened to some of my weird songs. And it was really helpful, I think, just to kind of bond us together. The perseverance and determination and drive that they had, and I could see, was so amazing. It made the bike ride so much better, just because I could see how how they didn't want to stop. And that, I think, motivated me and motivated others that they came in contact with to just keep on going. Like there's a drive to not stop. And I think that was something that came out of the bike ride that I wasn't even planning on seeing. So that was so amazing to be a part of. And when you cross the finish line in Sacramento, all the students had already crossed, and they were like, "Whoa, Miss Martin, why are you so late?" So there's a little shade thrown, but it was really great because there was also a lot of love that was being thrown, and like you cheers and clapping, not only from our students but everyone else. So you feel like all the love around you after like a long time biking. And like, I never thought that I would be able to finish because I was like, oh, this is going to be super hard. But it was hard, but definitely worth it. And I think the kids found such a sense of joy and pride and ownership of taking this bike ride because they knew they were also helping out our schools, right? Us adults were raising money for all the schools in Oakland that were participating or in the Bay Area. And I think that's been very helpful because that money that we're able to get from this bike ride really helps them and allows us to be able to go and do different things and have different resources that we wouldn't have access to if we weren't able to do this bike ride. So it's a great time. And it is something that I might be able to do later on. The corona is real, and so, need to get back in shape. But I really appreciate that time with students, and I hope other people get to experience that same kind of joy.
Hey, Mike, this is Daryl. Hey, I think we should also hear from Cliff, one of our steering committee guys. So I don't know if you want to go ahead.
Yeah, no, it'll be a pleasure. Cliff is going to do a shout out and talk to us about his Ride for a Reason experience. So we'll take it away. Cliff, please.
And I don't love fundraising. I don't think very many people do. But Ride for a Reason is one of the easiest causes ever to raise money for. People just love supporting the event because it's for such an important cause. In fact, over the years, I've had many people thanking me for doing the event and giving them the chance to contribute to our public schools, telling me they've been looking for a way to give back. That is a super gratifying feeling that comes from being part of Ride for a Reason.
Wow. Those were both awesome. Ms. Martin, thank you. That was great. Yeah, I think the feeling of everybody just pushing themselves and not knowing whether they could do it, and then realizing that they could, and the energy that everyone is giving each other, and the good feeling about working together, that is magical. And it was wonderful to hear that from you. Cliff, you scared me a little bit when you started your testimonial. You're not supposed to say fundraising is hard, but you pulled it off and you moved it to a higher level, and just perfect. You nailed it, man. Thank you so much. So we were going to talk about fundraising incentives now, but I think what we're going to do is maybe wait till the end. We've got some slides that we can share. Can show those to you. Yeah. Do we have it? No. I thought that was Jessica.
Slides, do you want to wait till the end, or do you want them now? Sure.
Why don't we show it? Let's show it, because
the incentive slide
about how hard it was. Let's show the fundraising incentives. Yeah. So, it's hard, and we realize that, and we also want to really show you our appreciation for your hard work. So if you put a little skin in the game this year and you can raise some money for the event, we're going to have some wonderful things to share with you. First of all, for anyone who raises $150 or more, you're going to get this beautiful blue neck buff mask where you can show your Ride for a Reason pride, and you can be chic at the same time. You'll want to keep going at that point. You'll be driven. You'll say, I've got to get the hat. So you'll get up to $500, and then you'll have both prizes. And finally, for some of you, that's when you'll really be building your energy and you'll get up to 1,000 and you'll get all of these prizes. This tumbler from Yeti is wonderful. It's stainless steel. It has incredible temperature control for cold or for warm beverages, and it's beautiful, and it has a logo. So those are our incentives to help to spur you on for fundraising this year. It's great to be able to share those. We're going to mix it up again a little bit. And if I remember right now, I think it's time for Nina to help us again with some trivia.
Awesome. Yes, we have another trivia question. So get those thinking hats back on, y'all. This one is, how many cities do R4R riders cycle through from Oakland Tech to Sacramento? Are there any hints, Mike, before anyone gets too excited to vote?
Well, it's a tough one. And if you've ridden the whole course, it is more than 100 miles. Obviously, it starts in Oakland, it ends in Sacramento. It kind of runs east towards the Delta, and then it hugs the edge of the Coast Range in the valley. There's a lot of little towns here and there. Try to visualize in your mind and see what you come up with. Okay.
Right, about a third of you have voted. Oh, let's see. Got 5 more seconds to cast your votes. Virtual background. And 1. Let's see.
Okay. So the most popular answer was 8, followed by 9. And I think people were doing a pretty good job of putting their thinking caps on. The correct answer is 9. We start in Oakland at Oakland Tech. We go up towards Tilden Park in Berkeley. We head down into Martinez, then Fairfield, Vacaville, Winters, Davis, not to be forgotten, West Sacramento. And then we cross the river and we get to the capital in Sacramento. That makes 9 cities.
If you got it right, feel free to use your reaction. Put a little party hat in your Zoom screen.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what do we have up next, Mike?
Well, before we go to what we have next, I just want to remind everyone who's still hanging in there with us that we do have a special guest who's going to join us near the end of the meeting tonight. So you will be rewarded for your perseverance. So please hang in there. And the next part of our program is a couple more testimonials. We have a testimonial from the co-principal of Skyline High, Nicole Pierce. And then that is followed by a testimonial from a mom and son team, Ben and Kathleen, who are they're going to share their Ride for a Reason experience, what that means to them. Take it away, co-principal Pierce.
Hey, Mike, I think we should probably start with Christopher.
Okay.
Christopher's testimony is so important. So I think if that's okay with you, we can go to Christopher and we'll cut back to you, and then we'll jump into the principal and the other stuff that we have. What do you?
And Christopher Ruiz Guerra is a student at Oakland High and a proud graduate of Roosevelt Middle School. He rode Ride for a Reason in 2019. He's going to talk about his experience and what it meant to him. Thanks, Daryl.
Decided to participate in Ride for a Reason is because my old middle school, Roosevelt, gets a lot of its funding from it, and they put that into just our school budget. And knowing me and how much Roosevelt has done for me, from counseling to sports to eBasy, having extra funding is always better for kids, as it opens up more opportunities. Just opens up more opportunities for me to be able to explore new things, be able to have enough resources to explore them, and just, I don't know, have a better experience overall. Knowing that I've done something for my middle school and they've done something for me and I give back to it, it's just a great feeling overall. It helps me, doesn't help me. It makes me feel good that they got my back and I had their back. And being able to give back to someone who has given so much to me means a lot. I'm saying for both me and them, being able to give them funding, being able to support and get sponsors, and being able to fund a school that's a really fun experience, to be able to interact with people and having a heat stroke for the first time, having fun going up the inclines, talking to my peers around me, talking about the ride as it finished, being able to hear that powerful speech that for the funding of Oakland schools. It felt amazing. It felt great. The beautiful scenery, like that of honey in that day. So sweet.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to introduce, Mike, if I can jump in, the next two people. Mike introduced Nicole Pierce and Ben Bissell and Kathleen McNulty. I happen to know Nicole Pierce really well. Yeah, I'm married to her. So she's the co-principal at Skyline High School. And if that's all right with you guys, I can go there. Cool?
Yes.
All right.
Hi, my name is Nicole Pierce, and I am the co-principal of Skyline High School here in Oakland, California. I'm here tonight to talk to you a little bit about Ride for a Reason. We enjoy this fundraiser for a variety of reasons, primary of which is it does bring money into our school. The funds actually go to our PTSA, who in turn funds teacher grants that help bring our curriculum alive. The other reason we really like this fundraiser is it does more than just raising money. It brings awareness, and it brings awareness to the fact that we are really underfunding our public schools. And so in that goal, the third reason we really like Ride for a Reason is that it brings the whole community together towards this goal. So not only our students and our staff and our teachers, but also our community members and our families. And it is a time of year where we all come together towards the dual purpose of bringing awareness around public education funding, as well as raising funds for Skyline so that we can increase opportunities for our students. So with that, we are looking forward to participating again this year, and we hope to see you there.
The reason I participate in R4R, or Ride for a Reason, is because of the fact that I love being part of a community effort to raise money for Oakland Public Schools. I love engaging with people in events. I love doing something that I know will help make a big difference. I love riding my bike, which is allows me to and it's just allows me to get really good exercise and enjoy scenery that surrounds me while I'm riding.
Ride for a Reason has long been one of the highlights of my school year. This will be my 10th year participating, and there's just nothing like seeing, you know, hundreds of people out there riding for a cause that's dear to all of us. The young, the old, people serving food, registering, putting bikes on buses, clanging cowbells, bandaging people up. It's just really one of the most wonderful feelings. I remember the first year I rode, this will be my 10th year, and the first year I rode, I finished and I said, that was one of the highlights of my life. It's just an absolutely marvelous feeling.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know what to say after that. Those are beautiful, really, really beautiful. Thank you, Co-Principal Pierce. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Kathleen. Yeah, it is really a wonderful feeling being able to work together and do this. And it is probably one of my favorite days of the year as well. It's just a magical feeling. Yeah, hard to transition from that, I have to say. If you didn't see in the chat, I just want to let everyone know what the schools are that we support. There are 12 of them. We started out at Claremont Middle School and Oakland Tech. We quickly expanded to Emerson Elementary, Oakland International High, and then we pushed off into Westlake, to Edna Brewer, to Roosevelt Middle, to Life Academy, to Montera Middle School, obviously Skyline, and Encinal Junior and Senior High. I'm trying to remember now. I should have been doing my counting when I was talking. Life Academy, I hope I said Life Academy too. I think that's 12. People can jump in on the steering committee if I forgot one. I really apologize if I did. But we are going to transition again. Nina's going to help us with our final trivia question of the night. And after we do that, we're going to get a chance to hear from our special guest.
Awesome. That was almost a trivia question in itself. What year did every school join Ride for a Reason? That was great history. We actually have 2 more questions. The next one is about cycling. So in 1898, African-American cyclist Marshall Major Taylor set the world record for a 1-mile sprint from a standing start, completing the course in New York City in 1 minute and 41 seconds. How many years did it take for someone else to break his record? And so all of you training right now in shelter in place, make this a goal. This will be a good one.
Yeah. I think I'd probably be a 6-minute mile.
Pretty remarkable. But everyone starts somewhere. So Ride for a Reason might be where we all start.
Okay. It looks like almost everyone has voted.
All right, let's see.
Yep, we got a very smart crowd. We already knew that. And the majority picked 28 years, which is the correct answer. And the amazing thing, and definitely if you don't know about Marshall Taylor, please look him up and learn his story. He is a real pioneer of cycling, wonderful African-American man who had to persevere against all kinds of challenges. The thing that is even more crazy about this record of his is that although they don't keep a record today for a mile from a standing start, and instead they have one for a kilometer, that record, which was set in the last few years, the person only averaged 39.7 miles per hour in setting that record. So just a few miles per hour faster than what Marshall Taylor was doing more than 100 years ago. You know, simply just off the charts amazing what he did.
Awesome. So our next question is some more Oakland history. How well do you know our Oakland high schools? So what high school did Oakland native Huey Newton, co-founder of the Black Panther Party, attend? Was it Oakland Tech, Oakland High, Skyline, Castlemont, where I started teaching here in Oakland, or McClymonds? What do you think?
Wow, it's moving.
West Oakland, deep east. What do we think?
People are pulling the trigger. We get all kinds of answers. Okay, looks like almost everyone has voted. We're getting close. We still got a little time. Oh, it's closed. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, so in fact, again, I wouldn't have guessed anything different with this crowd that we have. The majority did pick the correct answer, which is Oakland Tech. So yeah, you know, we're very proud to have you as an alumni. And one fun fact about Huey Newton and the Black Panther Party is, as many people probably know, there were a whole wide range of social programs that the Black Panther Party implemented that were really important in the communities. One of their most important programs was a free breakfast that they thought was essential in schools. And there was nothing like that when they did it. The government wasn't doing it. They implemented this in over 150 schools. At the time, the director of the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, who was very upset with the Black Panther Party and everything that they were doing, he said that the free breakfast programs was one of the biggest threats to their effort to discredit the Black Panther Party because it was just too good and too popular. So wrap your mind around that. We still need these lunch programs. It was wonderful to have this be something that started in Oakland, and we're very proud that was the case. And I've been having a hard time tonight with the program, but if I remember,
right. Time. Drum roll for our special guest.
the drum roll for our special guest who's going to give a testimonial here for Right for Reason. Take it away, special guest.
Welcome to the 13th annual Ride for a Reason. I'm Oakland's Mayor Libby Schaaf, thanking you for being part of this time-honored tradition that has never been more important than this year. The fact that you are willing to ride your bikes from Oakland Tech all the way to our state's capital to show your support for our public education system, our kids, our teachers, our parents. You are doing what is so needed right now in this very challenging moment, that we as a community are strong, that we can take a grassroots show of generosity and belief and turn it into reality and resources. Thank you for the more than $1 million that you have raised to support 12 schools across Oakland that need those resources. And this year is no different. In fact, the need is more pressing as schools and families are struggling to bring our students back in a way that is safe for everyone, to make up for the loss in learning that so many have suffered due to distance learning, and also to make sure that our kids can learn because they come with a full stomach, a roof over their heads, and parents that don't have the stress of facing enormous financial insecurity during this pandemic. Thank you. You are amazing. And the fact that together, parents, teachers, students, you are making a difference for Oakland and frankly, the world. Congratulations. Have a great, safe ride.
Wow. Man, I want to get on my bike right now. Thank you, Mayor Schaaf. That was great. I love the energy and the support. And I think as it was mentioned in the chat, I would be remiss if I did not mention that Mayor Schaaf is an alumni of Skyline High. So I just want to get that in there. I know there were some Skyline folks who brought that up. So now we're transitioning again to another fun part of the program and rewarding for all of you who have stuck with us, which is we're going to have a raffle for some wonderful prizes. And because this is way beyond my capability, I'm going to depend again on Shelley Gordon to get us going with this raffle. Shelley, take it away.
All right. Yes. And thank you all for hanging in there with us. End of a long week on a Friday evening. Can't appreciate you more for being here. But I really hope I got everyone's name in the raffle. I was trying to catch you as you jumped in or came and went. So I really apologize if we missed anyone. But if you're here, you have a chance to win. And Mike, what are we going to raffle off first while I get our raffle shared here?
So the first prize, and there are 3 of these, are these beautiful art masks. I don't know if people can see them. These were donated by Karen Kramer, who is a longtime Ride for a Reason participant. I think Karen may have ridden 9 or 10 years in a row, and she's Cliff's wonderful wife, other part of him. So she donated these beautiful masks. Karen's a talented watercolor artist, and these masks have some of her original artwork on them. We're gonna raffle off 3 of these, so 1 to each person to start.
Great, thanks, Mike. And that will really up your mask game if you win this prize. So here's our raffle wheel. And if you win, look out for an email from Jessica. She'll get your address and make sure that we get you your prize. So here we go, our first winner. Who's it gonna be? Oh, all right. Congrats, Eric. I think we might know how to get you your prize. Look out for that coming through. And thanks for being here tonight. Let's see, second winner of a nice artistic mask. Who's it gonna be? Right on the border, right on the edge. Just switched over to Connie. Connie, thanks so much for being here.
I know how to get Connie as well.
Oh, excellent. All right, Connie, look out for your mask coming to you soon. And we got one more winner of a nice brand new artistic mask. Here we go. JT, all right, congrats. We also can get that to JT. Congratulations. All right, I'll stop sharing my screen again so you can tell us our next prize up for a raffle, Mike.
Okay, for those maybe to go along with your mask, and I'm not wearing this, I'm just getting it close to my head so everyone can see it, is this really cool Oakland hat to show your hometown pride. So that is our next prize. Take it away.
All right, here we go. The winner of the Oaktown hat. Here we go. Roosevelt in the house. Sorry, I got excited. But Kelly, congrats. I'll get you the hat. We'll make sure you get your hat. And thanks for being here. Excited for you guys to join for the first time this year. All right, and the grand prize, Mike. Grand prize. What do we got?
Grand prize is a $100 gift certificate from Sports Basement. So, you know, we're getting near the holidays. Also, you're getting ready for your training. For whatever purpose, Sports Basement is the place to go, and there's many things to choose from. So let's see who's going to win. Let's find out.
Yes, you would think. Okay, sharing with temporarily unable to do so, but here we go. Grand prize, $100 to Sports Basement. Who's it gonna be? All right, I saw you celebrating there, Fawn. Congratulations. So we will get you that gift certificate so that you can spend it, hopefully, in a safe way. Congratulations.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, so now, you know, I just.
What is him talking? No, she was on it.
Cool. Yeah, we're just about ready to wrap up. I do want to give people who have got other things to do right now a chance to sign off. We are going to do question and answer session right now for people who'd like to be a part of that. The last thing I'll say is put in one more plug for registering for the event. It's very simple. You can probably sign up in just a few minutes. Just go to r4rschools.com. Again, if you're a student or teacher, you can qualify for a free registration. When it asks you for the coupon code, just type in all in caps, either super student or super teacher. All others, if you register between now and December 18th, you'll qualify for the discount registration fee, which is $20. It goes up to $30 December 18th, and it keeps on going up as we get closer to the event. So now I think for question and answers, and I'm going to get help here from the whole steering committee. So I think Cliff is going to.
Yeah, Mike, one question that's come up is what type of programs does R4R support?
Yeah, R4R supports a really wide range of programs. In past years before the pandemic, a lot of things that folks might think are just at all schools, but unfortunately are not. Things like art, music, after school sports, you know, the things that we would all think are just pretty much essential. R4R has helped to support those kinds of programs, as well as some amazing outdoor education activities, a whitewater rafting trip on the South Fork of the American River at Roosevelt Middle a few years ago, and also a wonderful life-changing ride from the North Coast to the Bay Area that Life Academy students participated in a few years ago. Those are just some examples. Being in the pandemic now, the money that we raised last year is going towards some really innovative tools and resources to help to promote distance learning. I believe at Life Academy, some of the funds that we've raised are going towards supporting virtual internships, clubs, and extracurricular activities. At Roosevelt, I think they had a virtual field trip to the aquarium at the Bay, San Francisco Bay, which was very cool. I know at Oakland Tech, some of the funds were being used to support online learning programs for special education students. I think both at Emerson and at NCNL, funding was going to help support and build library resources so that wonderful stimulating content can be available to students and teachers to help support distance learning. Also, it's going towards some basics just to help people get by, you know, and I'm going to let Nina talk a little bit about what they've been doing at Life Academy in that regard. I think it's also something that's been happening at International, I think at Roosevelt as well.
Awesome. Yeah. So at Life Academy, when the pandemic started, we started a family fund. So we've been providing micro grants to our families each month for basic needs, and our teachers have been working really hard to fundraise and to keep that fund alive, and some of our Ride for a Reason funds from last year supported that. We are distributing around $8,000 every month since March. And then I'll bounce it over to Shelley to share a little bit about Roosevelt.
Yeah, I'll just share some more love for the Roosevelt staff. So Miss Frank is in the house tonight, or she was, I don't know if she still is, but she was the one that organized that virtual field trip to the aquarium for our students, which was really fun. Christopher and Miss Arthur, who was here, and Miss Frank, they all went on that Roosevelt rafting trip in the past. We do that every year in September, something we all look forward to, staff and students. I have a long list of people that want to attend that every year. Teachers tell me in the spring that they want to be on the list for the fall. And yeah, this year we've also been supporting some social emotional learning platforms that we are using with our students online. So it's been really valuable to have these extra funds to support some extracurricular and, you know, very important opportunities for our students at our school.
Mike, are there going to be any training rides, or are you going to give suggestions about training rides?
Can anyone hear me? We've got Cliff, you there?
Yeah. Did you hear the question? I don't know if you heard the question, but it's, will you be organizing or suggesting any training rides or runs for people?
Yeah, I'm going to let Mike Magis actually talk about that one.
Cool. Hey, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there and for our presentation. And it was really awesome. I really loved all the testimonials. And regarding training rides, yeah, we're going to be posting on a regular basis a variety of different training rides, runs, suggestions. So basically, they're all going to be suggestions for everyone and some guidance. And we'll give you coaching for those of you who are newer to cycling. And so it'll be very comprehensive, and there'll be a lot of that constantly being updated on our website. So we're here to support you, and you can always just reach out to us directly at any time if you have any questions. So yeah, we'll be rocking it and supporting everybody, trying to get you out there and getting some into the exercise and being outside in these times of COVID.
Do we have any jerseys that people can buy?
I think so.
I'll catch that as well. Yeah, we have a limited number. We have a limited number of jerseys we've already printed up. They're available on the website when you register. It's first come, first serve. We have basically all sizes, but only a fairly small number of each size. So it's first come, first serve. So the faster you register, the sooner you'll be able to get an option to get one of our really nice jerseys. And this is what the jersey looks like. It's really awesome. So beautiful. It was designed by a Oakland Tech student as well, and designed and implemented. And it's a really nice jersey. And it's the capos that we've been using all along. So all the sizing is going to be the same as what you've experienced in the past.
Cool.
Mike, I don't see any other questions in the chat, although JT points out that we will be posting some good running options too, as well as walking options. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we got your back there as well.
And I just shared some Strava links because we did start a Strava cycling club for Ride for a Reason, as well as a separate running club on Strava. So if folks want to participate and join in and see where other folks are running and riding and walking, check out the links in the chat and request to join. And it doesn't cost anything. You don't need a paid membership for Strava to access these clubs.
Yeah, and we can all benefit too from all of your knowledge in terms of crowdsourcing potential routes and courses that people might want to try for either training or for their peak experience. I'm thinking about defining a ride from Oakland Tech to Mount Tam and back now that the Richmond-San Rafael Bridge is open. That might be something that people could consider doing as a peak experience during that time. So we'll have things like that posted. And as Jessica said, if you sign up for these clubs, you'll see a lot of different options for just local rides that you can train on, as well as other things like this and resources. Yeah, I think the only other thing I remember that we wanted to briefly touch on is we're probably going to prepare some kind of a frequently asked questions document. If you do have questions at any time, please submit them. I believe there's an option there on our website to contact us and give us information. And we'll try to put something together over the next few weeks that hopefully gives a summary here like we did tonight.
Hey, Mike, do you want to bring up those slides that I couldn't bring up earlier because my computer crashed in a bad way?
Yeah, I can't bring them up, I don't think. But
no, I'll bring them up. But
sorry. Yeah, so just to summarize again, the message we've been pushing all night. Register now, register early and often. Register your friends, register your family. Anybody who registers between now and December 18th, it's only $20. It's going up to $30 after that, and it'll keep going up as we get closer to the event. You can go to, you can register as it shows here. You can also just go to the R4R schools.com site and find that as well. When you're registering, as part of the process, besides putting your information in, the website gives you a chance to set your goals, both for the physical challenge, the distance you're going to cover, and also for fundraising. And it also lets you start to set up your own personal fundraising page where you can put in a favorite photo, you can write your testimonial or your message for why you're participating. So a lot like last year, although I think this is much more interactive and really has some nice social media functions. I mean, Jessica, do you want to show an example or talk about it? I know I've got mine up and running. I did accomplish that. I don't know if we can do it on the fly or not, or if it's important. It's a lot like it was in the past. I think it's pretty intuitive to do it.
yeah, it's a new site. We're using a new tool called Run Sign Up. And just do a quick overview here, because we are having riders as well as runners and walkers. This you would pick here which virtual event you'd like to join. And then in the process of signing up, you'll be able to set your goals, so your mileage goals, as well as your fundraising goals. So it can be, very customizable. And I will just scroll down here. Here's our big goal of 180,000. We're at 705 right now. And I'll pull up Mike's page here as our example. So it shows its progress. You'll be able to update your photo here as well as add more photos. So if you, when you get a chance, you'll be able to add photos up at the top. And then you'll be able to customize we have a template description here that you'll be able to customize as well. And as Mike said, starting April 1st, you will be able to track your results. And so results meaning the distance that you've run or cycled, as well as your time. I'm on here I tested this out to make sure it all worked. But you'll be able to come in here, and from April 1st to April 24th, you'll be able to enter in all your information, and we will add it all up, and hopefully collectively we will be able to have ridden, walked, run 50,000 miles by April 24th.
So Jessica, Lisa has a question about whether or not you need to know all the information at the time of sign up, or can you go back later and complete that?
You can definitely go back in later to change your goals, change your message, upload photos. You can do all of that. Yeah, you don't need to know everything right now.
And I just want everyone to know, did you check out the fundraising goal for Mike? $6,000.
Let's go back. I didn't see that. Let's go
He's
back.
got to get ready. He's got to get moving.
I'm shaking in my boots right now.
And we got Life Academy Biohazards on the board as well.
No, that would be almost twice as much as I've ever raised, but I really do feel like it's important. I'm going to do my best.
And Jessica, there was a question regarding integration with Strava. Will the information on the Run Sign Up site integrate with Strava?
Unfortunately, they do not have a direct integration with Strava. That's not to say they won't eventually at some point, because technology, virtual technology is changing every day. So it wouldn't surprise me if they came back and said, hey, we are integrating with Strava now. So unfortunately not. You'll have to manually enter in all of your results.
Okay, but it will show up if you join our group. Everyone will be able to see their accomplishments if you join the Ride for a Reason group in Strava.
Yeah, actually, I could pull that up. Let me pull that up really quickly here. Can you all see this, the Strava page? Okay.
Yes.
So here we go. This is, we've got 8 members here. We've got Paul Vetter in the lead as this week's leader with almost 100 miles ridden. So he would be a good one to follow, because if you're wanting big, long distances. Chad Stone, Pat Walsh also on our committee. We've got Eric Walsh.
I just want to emphasize there's really no competition really here. This is not competitive at all.
Show offs.
So you can join this group and see where people are riding. And then we also have one for runners. They didn't allow me to create one for walkers. But JT and I need some company. We're lonely over here. So if you're a runner, please join us.
Do we have a category for basketball playing? Huh?
I think we're all in the running category, Daryl.
Yeah, that's running or walking, I think.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
But sure, you can have like a hoops goal. We can figure that out.
All those steps definitely count, though.
All right. Any other questions, Cliff?
I don't see any.
There is one question I see. When will you need to know who would like to be a volunteer? Yeah, where are we at? I don't know with volunteers.
We haven't gotten that far. I don't know if we're going to need a ton of volunteers since we can't be together, unfortunately. But, things are developing, things may change. So if we do find ourselves in need of volunteers, we'll definitely let you know.
Yeah. One thing I think which is going to be particularly challenging this year, if you happen to have some kind of a sweet relationship with a local business person who's still, for some magical reason, doing well with their business and is a generous person, we would love to get some sponsors. And they will be richly rewarded with the wonderful feeling of doing this good thing that we all do together, as well as acknowledged in all of our materials. So if you have a person-to-person connection with a local business, and if those folks are magically doing well, please consider helping us out in making that connection, getting them to be a sponsor.
And I just shared the sponsorship deck in the chat.
Yeah.
It's discounted from prior years because we know that it's a little rough right now.
Yeah, do people have, is there anything else that anyone on the committee wanted to add? Are we getting any more questions? I mean, we're probably at our time. I think we need to, oh, we're past it. Wow.
There are no more questions in chat, so we can wrap up, Mike. It's back on you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really feel like the event tonight showcased why so many people keep coming back and why it has been a special experience. And although we can't all be together physically this year, I think we can be connected by this feeling that we have by working on this together, this really important work. And we can connect and we can check in with each other virtually, and we can support each other. But just knowing that we're part of something like this, I think, is a wonderful tonic for this time that we're in. And it's just the thing to do. And I know I'm going to be getting on my bike. I've got some new tires and I'm looking forward to this challenge. I'm looking forward to working with you all. Thank you so much for your time tonight and for all you've given over the years. You guys are Ride for a Reason. Thank you. Thank you so much.